So we'll start with the pitching session. So I'd kindly request the jury to come to the stage. Malika Bensali, Laurent Koliga, Ambrose, and Dr. Miguel Ganema. Thank you.
Maintenant que les membres du jury sont
Now that all members of the jury are seated, we are going to receive our first pitcher from Morocco. Jaber, please come over.
Vous avez 4 minutes.
You have 4 minutes to make your pitch. Time starts shortly.
Bonjour.
Good morning. My name is Jaber Farouk. I'm the engineering director and program director within Poly Design System. It is a specialized company that deals in design and manufacturing of car interior products. And I'm going to speak to you about a product that will be highly determinant for the blue economy in the coming years. But it's also going to be a revolutionary item, especially for the automobile sector, for 2 reasons or 3. Number 1 is that it's made out of leather that we call aqua leather because it comes from fish. The determining reasons are: first, the material is special. It also has a luxurious appearance that is highly sought out for in the automobile sector. Secondly, it's its physical and chemical properties. 1, it is resistant, it is sustainable, flexible, and recyclable 100%. Reason number 3 is the fact that in its manufacturing process, it has less environmental impact like we use with the traditional leather or similar materials. It's also important to know that when we use fish skin or fish hide, is a new product that mostly considered a waste, and for us we're using this waste to produce a luxurious product out of it. This is an environmental innovation. This product has a very significant environmental impact, and it is a true alternative that is viable and eco-friendly as compared to traditional leather that is used to make car interiors. And when you speak about automotive products, you talk about everything from the dashboard to the seats and other material. And the leather market currently globally fetches about 3 billion USD, and automobile interiors in Europe alone is about 65 billion USD, and a stable growth of 4.8% in the coming 5 years. And in 2027, maybe we'll be at 88 billion. The percentage of this in traditional leather and similar material is about 20% of what's used in the automobile industry. Aqua Leather would just like to get 12 million euros of this market, and traditional leather is about 30 to 150 euros in price based on its quality, and a beneficiary margin of about 40 to 50%. Our objective is not only to work on having a company that has financial objectives, but we'd also like to have a company that creates an impact on in the environment, as we've showed you, and also transform a product that is considered a waste to a luxurious product and also have a social impact. We have partners who work in Africa who would like to create human teams that have limited capacity but can produce immense volumes. We have done modeling of manufacturing units with manufacturing capacity and units that we can duplicate in all the countries in the continent where we have this raw material. And the goal is to have projects that can be there for 5 years or longer, because you can produce this for 5 years with an annual stable volume, and this guarantees a stable revenue all throughout that period for the local population. It also empowers women to get jobs, and for those who are seeking jobs in this economy, and you have a guaranteed revenue stream for 5 years straight. What we are asking is 1.5 million euros to support this growth, and we ask you to join us in this venture that creates great impact, social, environmental, and also that is in a growing market. My name is Jabel Farouk. Thank you for giving me the floor.
Thank you so much, Abel, for that great presentation. I think this is beautiful. It's great to see how you are using fish to make these fish skin to make these products. I just have a few questions for you. Number one, could you maybe explain to us a bit about your traction? What does your sales look like? What are your projected sales? Also, number two, what is your competitive landscape? Is there anyone else doing something very similar to this? And lastly, how does this compare to actual leather? What is the advantage to the consumer if they opt for this? Also, in terms of price point.
I will answer the second question first. What are our competitors for the moment in the automotive industry? There are none. It's a completely new field where we can invest, where we know that we have a lot of opportunities. We can work in with no. We know that people will get into this market because it's a very good potential. It has a very good potential. But today, even to get the data about the market was very hard because there's no market yet. No competitors at this point, but all the companies that are doing materials for the interior will get into it as soon as they've seen the opportunity. Second thing is that the price positioning. This is what I said. We are talking about the traditional leather. Price is starting from 30 to 160 euros square meters. It depends on the quality of the leather. We are positioning our price from 80 to 100. So we already have an advantage in this point. And please, can you redo the first question because I forget.
Please, thank you for that. The first question was, could you explain to us a bit about your traction for the past years that you have been operating, and also what do you foresee in the future?
Our strategy will be to put in place a structure that is completely dedicated to this product. It means having sales people working with the OEMs on car manufacturers and all the big companies, big players working on this in Europe, and also a structure that is dedicated for the development, engineering, qualification, testing, project management that will be dealing with the programs that if we had or if we won a program with the company, then we have a complete team working on it until we deliver the production. And also scaling up the unities that will be producing the leather. So our target is not to produce the leather, but to be in intermediate between the leather tanners and this leather users by producing the parts that goes into the cars. So yeah, the idea is to put an intermediate company or intermediate structure that is doing the link between tanners and users of the parts that you use in the leather, just like those you are seeing in front of you. Yeah.
Thank you, Jabel, for this wonderful presentation. My question would be, how do you meet your customers? And also the second question would be, since it's a new idea, how did you meet this idea? How did you come up with this idea?
What is interesting is that the idea was born from, thanks to the BlueInvest event. It was in 2022, and we met a company, our actual partner now, who is doing tanning the leather, and we were looking for someone who is tanning the leather, because we had the idea to start using this material in the automotive, and we have been in contact. We contacted this company. We started doing works to validate the leather, to see it, to feel it, to see what we can do with it. Okay, this is how it starts. How we'll be meeting our customers, as I said, we'll put in a sales team working and approaching the different players in Europe to show the products, and also having some marketing actions by, for example, participating to all the big events for the automotive in Europe to show the material, to show the benefits of it. And there we can meet the big players, and we can also try to put the product into the new cars. Yeah, this is the idea.
I'll go back to the question that my colleague asked. I'm talking about traction. Did you actually do any sales?
No.
Not yet?
No.
Okay.
We are still in the phase of development, validation of the product. We had the opportunity to show it to some of our customers that are interested. But before we go to this stage, we need to have a valid product qualified for the automotive industry. And for this is why we are here, to get the money to go into this phase.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that. And also in this great presentation that you gave, you talked about the leather itself, but how does it compare to actual leather in terms of durability, for instance?
Yeah, almost the same.
And, you have technical reports certifying.
This is what we are doing now. Okay. Because there are several tests. We have tests for aging to see how it lasts. We have tests for abrasion to see how the surface will act. We have for traction, a lot of tests we are doing now, and also to see how it behaves when we want to use it into a car. And all these tests are showing now positive signs, but are not finalized yet. Yeah.
Okay, great. And the technology itself, or the science, the R&D that went into tanning this fish skin into leather, this is something that you own or your partner owns?
Our partner owns, but it will be based on our specifications, because we want to put in place tanneries that are crumb-free, respecting the environment, and also producing the quality that is standardized in the automotive industry. So the tanning itself, it's standard. It's the same that we are using for the traditional leather.
So anybody other than your partner can do the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's no science or IP behind it?
No, there's nothing. There's nothing.
Okay,
There's nothing really specific to the product itself. It's tanning. The tanning, it's just to stabilize the leather, so it's not decomposed. There's no decomposition of the leather. This is why.
Okay, so you're just the middleman taking the leather to the automotive part suppliers.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. And when you said that you had an ask for 1.5 million,
yep.
With a forecast of how much revenue in the next years?
We believe, I will just give you a small calculation. If we are using, for example, 0.25 square meter of leather, that means 2 small parts, just like this, 2 small parts. In a car that is produced 150,000 cars a year, it's a medium for a generalist. We're talking about 3 million euros sales. Easy. So if we are getting 2 cars, we know that will be more than that. So the sales will be very high, very quickly, as soon as we are getting into the market. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shafiq Jaber, for that wonderful presentation. And thank you, the jury, for watching time very, very closely. So we'll try and improve on that. All right, thank you so much. So now we'll invite our next speaker from Ghana, Popident. Trashy bags. Thank you. Here we go.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Trashy Bags. We are a social impact enterprise nestled in the heart of Ghana, where we upcycle plastic waste into daily usable products. My name is Poppy Dent, and I am the Operations Director of Trashy Bags. And my role here today is to demonstrate how we as a company are tackling plastic waste using a circular economy approach, creating jobs and raising awareness, all whilst achieving a net zero target objective. For over a decade, Trashy has been a recognized name in Ghana. However, due to a few market challenges, the company was sadly no longer viable, and in 2021 was acquired by the current shareholders. We have rebuilt the company from its foundations and transformed the business into a pioneer and leader in the alternative method of upcycling waste. Trashy converts LDPE plastic waste via a simple, low-impact production process, creating high-quality bags that not only look good, are good, but do good. To date, we have upcycled over 33 million pieces of plastic waste. That is the equivalent of 110 tons. This waste would have simply been discarded, or at best, destined for landfill. And in upcycling it, we have prevented the overspill of this destructive pollution from entering our oceans. But it's not all about making bags. We have a passion for education, a sustainable approach, and social impact too. Since our inception in 2008, we have created over 600 direct and indirect jobs for local Ghanaians, providing a stable income, growth opportunities, as well as supporting gender equality, which is vital, as 75% of our team are female. Our education awareness program inspired over 900 school children to visit our factory last year. We are currently on target to reach over 2,500 children, both locally and internationally, in 2024. Plastic waste impacts the entire African continent, and we are ready to take Trashy Bags to the next level and share our vision with other countries facing similar challenges. We are seeking the right partners who are going to continue to grow the company as a global brand through donor, debt, or equity structures. Our ask is for $750,000 for expansion of operation, which will be used across infrastructure, job creation, brand awareness, and commercial activity generation. We have a detailed investment proposal that we would like to present in person to any interested parties. This demonstrates, with investment, we expect a 3-year aggregate revenue in excess of $1 million across 4 key channels to market. Within 3 years, we anticipate creating over 2,500 new jobs and removing 5 times the amount of plastic waste and using it and upcycling it in a climate-smart, efficient manufacturing process. The Trashy Bags brand is expanding its reach, with orders in the last 12 months from the British Red Cross, Merlin Entertainments, Diageo, Nestlé, to name just a few. Our expansion plans may seem a little ambitious, but as demonstrated in the last 2 years, these are achievable. Waste is a valuable commodity, and the potential opportunity for this brand are without limits. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for a great presentation. These bags do look lovely, and I think it's very clear the social impact you are creating through this. I have a few questions for you, and the first one being, how do you differentiate your products from other recycled products that could be in the market? Number 2, what is your market? You spoke about some strategic partnerships. How do you see that manifesting? And also a bit about your traction when it comes to the sales closely tied to the market and what kind of expansion plans you're looking at.
Okay, I'm going to go for the first question first, and if I forget, apologies if there's too many. What differentiates Trashy from kind of competitors is, first of all, it's the production process. The way that we actually produce the bags is so low impact. Our sewing machines are all run by solar power. And because we're not having to physically break down the plastic, we're using the raw product. This ensures that we're not generating any additional CO2. There's no heat in the product. The bags are all washed and dry in the beautiful Ghanaian sunshine, which they're very lucky to have. And so from that point of view, in comparison to a bag that is potentially recycled and having to work out, how the carbon offsetting, that's where we differentiate. There are other kind of items in the market. So moving on to your second question, there are other items in the market that, potentially are using the raw ingredients as well. But their focus is purely on the material that they're using. The fact that one of our key objectives is creating jobs, and the final one is education as well. We feel that it's vital to educate the next generation as to why plastic needs a second life on that. So I think I've kind of covered 1.5 of the questions. With regards to kind of working with commercial partners, what we're looking at doing is potentially taking out the plastic waste that they are producing. So whether that is billboard material or potential rejected packaging, rather than it going to landfill, we're taking it, we're converting it into products on that one. And apologies, I can't remember the third question.
It was more on traction.
Yes, of course. So at the moment, organically, we are growing 100% year on year. But the reason that we're looking for kind of investment is that we want to kind of accelerate that and grow that further. So hence why our sales numbers can, as per my presentation.
Hello.
Hi.
My question would be, so the raw material in itself is LDP plastics, right?
Sorry.
The raw materials for creating the bags.
Yes. So it's water sachets. They're predominantly made out of water sachets, which is the #1 form of drinking water in Ghana. So this plastic waste is everywhere. And because it is so lightweight, although there are many collectors out there who kind of pick it up, it's much lighter than a PET bottle. And one of the wonderful things about Trashy bags, one of the reasons why everybody always brings their LDPE plastic waste to us, is that we have been going for such a long time, but we will pay on the day of somebody bringing it in. And I think that's an incredibly important thing for some of these collectors that potentially are low-income families, that we are supporting them there and then.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I just want to say that you have great designers, so amazing presentation and products. Going back to that same statement that you were just saying, how do you source in? I mean, you said that people are bringing them in and you're paying them on the spot.
Yeah.
But I mean, across the year, how many tons are you collecting? And you said that you want to go and continue this 100% year-on-year growth. Would that be enough? Do you have enough? Do you have that proper chain that you can source in to sustain this growth?
So currently we pick up 10 tons a year. We're looking to grow that over the next 3 years to 50 tons by accelerating the production. It's worth mentioning that, as I said, Ghana, this is the primary source of drinking water, and 63% of Ghanaians use between 1 and 2 sachets every day. But Ghana's not the only country. So there is, I think I've calculated there are 17 other countries that also use sachet water. So the amount of waste is just unlimited at this point in time. Even if sachet water was banned tomorrow, the plastic waste would still very much kind of be out there. And I think from the design point of view, it's worth kind of mentioning that although it is a terrible material, plastic is a terrible material, it is an incredibly durable material. And actually, I was talking to somebody yesterday who bought a trashy bag 10 years ago and they still use it to this day. And the final thing, kind of point to highlight, is that these bags can also be recycled at end of life. So we are giving them a second lease of life before they can enter the recycling chain.
Okay, great.
Sorry, I just had a last question.
Yes.
What is the risk of microplastics from the product?
I'm afraid I would have to come back to you on that point. That's a good question to finish on, but I would have to come back to you.
Thank you.
Merci, chers membres du jury.
So thank you very much, the jury members, for the questions and also being available. And so we are continuing. Before going to the next picture, we are requesting you to vote on Slido. You can scan the QR code that you can see, or you can have it behind the badge. And so the votes, you have only 10 minutes after the category of pitching so that you can do the vote. And so we'd like to invite a dynamic woman who is behind. And so, Fatma, you have the floor.
I left a promising career in petroleum and natural gas engineering to make and sell bags, shoes, and accessories meant to save the world. And let me tell you how. Let's take a moment and look at our hands. Can you see the blood on our hands? The blood of our brothers and sisters toiling in the leather industry, exposed to heavy metals that cause them cancer, pollute our waterways, and leave toxic residue? You might think the vegan or faux leather are good alternatives, but no, they are plastic-based, quickly end up in landfills, and exacerbate our environmental crisis through fast fashion. It's quite disheartening to know that our lifestyle choices are actively harming our people and planet. Say no more to this with Sulha Africa. Hello everyone, my name is Fatuma Ali, and I'm a petroleum and natural gas engineer turned social entrepreneur and the founder of Sulha Africa. Sulha Africa is an ethical and sustainable genuine leather brand that aims to do value addition on raw hides and skins left behind by the Kenyan livestock and fishing industries into high quality circular leather products. Our mission is to sustainably elevate your style while celebrating our African heritage. As a passionate environmentalist, I founded Sulha Africa to enable us all to actively work towards the UN SDGs of climate action, responsible production and consumption, gender equality, as well as the blue economy. Despite starting with an initial investment of less than $300, we have generated over $5,000 in our first year alone. We have secured 3 outsourced production facilities. We have economically empowered over 20 women and youth from low-income backgrounds. We have educated more than 150 consumers on conscious consumption, authored a paper on indigenous African leather practices with a case study in the Lamu Archipelago, and presented the paper at the 126th Annual Conference of the Society of Leather Technologists and Chemists in the UK. We have even gotten a UK-based representative who's actively working on setting an online shop as we plan on entering the UK and EU markets. We're asking for $120,000 to enable us to roll out our own production facilities, fish leather, build a Sulha experience, as well as enhance our e-commerce. This funding would enable us to directly and indirectly employ over 150 women and youth from low-income backgrounds while guaranteeing the highest ethical and sustainable practices. It would also decrease our production costs, enabling us to fully explore all our current and potential revenue streams through B2B, through consignments, team building, leather sheets, outsourcing, private labeling, and branded products, and B2C through Build Your Sulha experience and finished leather products. With an estimated profit margin of about 47.85%, we project a cumulative profit of $850,000 in the next 3 years. According to experts, the leather industry creates the most employment opportunities In the livestock and fish and the agricultural industry, we need to leverage our resources in the blue economy as we realize the full potential of fish leather. It's time. It's time to wash off the blood off of our hands and become conscious consumers with Sulha Africa. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fatima, for that great presentation. I have two quick questions for you. Number one, you spoke about expanding the e-commerce and selling in the UK. Have you thought about, or are you aware of any regulatory compliance challenges that could come up when you are trying to now export this product? Have you thought about the logistics as well? And number two, you spoke about generating a revenue of 850,000 in the next 3 years. Could you explain a bit more about how do you intend to achieve that kind of attraction?
On to the first questions, in terms of regulations, we working with a UK-based representative would cut our cost of logistics. Instead of shipping one product at a time, we'd work with the representative and do the bulk shipping, cutting our logistics cost, and the regulations and certifications. And fortunately, the Kenya Chamber of Commerce and along with its partners, they have established a number of capacity buildings to benefit from these opportunities, especially with the KEB certification being more accessible. It would enable us to fully integrate into that. And luckily, because of my trip to the UK, I managed to send a few pieces so that we could test out the market beforehand. So working with the representative will enable us to set up Etsy and Shopify at the moment, as well as attend market exhibitions so we can get direct feedback on our products from the consumers. And your question, the other question is the profit, the traction. So with the traction, we have gotten the numbers through the capacity that we're looking to get into and seeing the amount of resources available. It is important to note that in Kenya, along the coastal region, there isn't a number of tanners, and the tanners that do exist, they don't deal with fish leather. And generally, as a country, we do produce fish leather, which is Nile perch in the western part, along the River Nile and the lakes surrounding it. But with the marine and the Indian Ocean, we don't. So there is the availability of the resources and the guaranteed markets, especially with the government's interest, both the local government in terms of Kenya and the international markets on wanting to grow the leather industry in Kenya. Yeah.
Thank you, Fatma, for this nice presentation. And the product also is amazing, looks great. Can you tell us more about your team? Tell us more about your team.
My team.
Yes.
So we have a direct and indirect team. Our indirect team are the artisans that we work with from the outsourced production facilities. And the direct team is made up of me, the founder who's working on this full time, and a number of another direct team, which is part-time, including a tech support guy, a social media expert, an artisan consultant, the UK-based representative, another partner who is with us during the exhibitions. Yes.
Okay, two questions. Going into the numbers again. In the past year, what was your revenue?
We generated over $5,000 from $300. So in the first year, that is what we've made. And with the capital that we had this year till date, we have about 3,400 pounds.
Okay. And this is where you had the 78.5% gross profit calculated,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Okay. And you're expecting how much revenue in the next 12 months?
In the next 12 months is very determined on the current investment that we're seeking from, because we've realized that our growth is very limited because of outsourcing our services. So we would go to about $6,000, which is not very different from where we came from, and that's primarily because our expenses are quite high.
and you're requesting $120,000. That's your ask.
Yes.
To cover how many years of operation? I mean, for how long is this going to keep you safe?
With the current potential revenue streams that we're foreseeing in the projections, we project that for the next 1 year, the 120,000 US dollars would be spent and also start generating 30,000 US dollars by the end of the year. So we expect to break even in 1 year, start making profit, so we can reinvest and plow back into the business. Thank you.
Thank you, Fatima. Vous le voyez bien, lorsque les...
As you can see, when pitchers know what they're talking about, things move slowly, like they flow like water. Now, our last pitcher for today in this first category is Madame. As you can see.
My name is Taylor Paul, founder and MD of Carekov Company. My journey with Great Blue Ocean began in 2014 when I started my career in Zanzibar. It was during this time I amazing the beauty of the ocean that I discovered seaweed and witnessed the resilience and hard working of the coastal women. This passion for the ocean and potential seaweed stayed with me, led to the birth of Simos brand in 2021. Non-communicable and lifestyle diseases affect millions globally, leading to nutrition deficiency, and many lacking access to essential minerals. CMOS contain essential minerals our body needs, like calcium, magnesium, zinc, and iron. And in Zanzibar is the third largest producers of red seaweed globally. And 80% of the seaweed farmers are women, but they often face economic challenges due to limited market access and value addition opportunities. Only 1% of the seaweed grown in Zanzibar is processed. That's where we come in as a solution. At Carekov, our mission is to empower communities through sustainable health solutions. And while contributing to a blue economy, our innovative CMOS products not only promote health, but also create a stable market for the coastal communities. Our value additions comes in different forms. We have CMOS capsules, we have CMOS gels, we have gels infused with fresh fruits like soy sauce, strawberry, and bananas. And we have our unique blend, CMOS gel infused with honey, CMOS gels infused with chocolates, and CMOS gels infused with organic ginger and turmeric. We sell direct to consumers and to the retail shops and pharmacies. We are using sustainable harvesting technique and eco-friendly packaging to protect marine ecosystem and minimize environmental footprint. In less than 3 years, we have saved over 1,000 customers, and our annual sales is growing for more than 50%, and we have reached sales of $41,000. We are proud to partner with over 60 coastal women and youth and aim to reach 250 by 2027. The global seaweed market is projected to reach $12 billion by 2030. With rising demand in health-conscious individuals who seek natural supplements, our focus is on those seeking natural supplements and health-conscious individuals. And we aim to place our products in more than 300 shops in Europe, USA, and Africa by 2027. We are seeking $200,000 to set up a dedicated factory that will enable us to attain necessary certificates for the international market. This will empower over 250 coastal women and youth and reach over 10,000 customers annually, and we project our annual revenues to reach $1 million. We are currently collaborating with food influencers to increase our brand awareness, and we have placed our products in retail shops and pharmacies, and we aim to place our products in international e-commerce platforms to increase our market. We welcome you to join us in this transformative journey. Let us redefine wellness and shape a healthier future to come. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you so much for a great presentation and a variety of products over here. It's great to see a lot of value addition happening. I just have one question for you. You spoke about expanding to 300 shops by 2027. What is your strategy to go about this? Once again, regulatory compliance, especially when you're doing supplements. We have some very stringent regulations when it comes to supplements. Has it been tested? Do we have any reports to back this? Just to make this process much more easier for you as well as you expand.
Okay. Thank you so much for the question. So we are proud actually to receive a certificate from Ministry of Finance. We have tested our CMOS capsules, and 2 months ago we have received the certification. So we are proud to say that we can now sell our CMOS capsules to the retail shops and pharmacies, and that's what we have been starting doing. In less than 1 month, we have been close deals with 20 shops, retail shops and pharmacies, and that's the road we are going. That's why we aimed by 2027 we'll reach over 300 shops, because it's only less than less than a month we have already closed with 20 shops.
Thank you for this great presentation.
Thank you.
My question would be, can you tell us more about your team and your competitive landscape?
Thank you for the question. For the competitive CMOS, it was actually the not well-known product in our country, but now there is rising demand with the CMOS product, and some competitors are coming, which is the good thing as well, because it's keeping rising the awareness of what it is and its benefits. And we are impact-driven company, and our product, we are focused on the health products like a nutrition CMOS porridge and the gels, and also we are going to the pharmaceutical products like the capsules, which it will be eco-friendly. I mean, it's a vegan capsules, and it's easy to consume, and a lot of our pharmacies at the moment, they are interested with it because it's easy to put in the stores, and it lasts longer compared to the gels and the nutrition CMOS porridge. And for the team, we are proud to have a great team. We have expertise in seaweed. We have a nutrition expert, and we have accountants. We have a processing expert, and marketing and sales expert with MBA in marketing. And I myself, I have a bachelor degree in business administration, and I have masters in business administration in corporate management with years of experience in managing business. And on my early 20s, I was managing business for the $700,000. So all these have given me the expertise and knowledge, which will, the team, all of us, we are going to push this to reach our goals. Thank you.
Great. Let's speak numbers after this great presentation that you showed a lot of passion in. How much revenue did you make in the past 12 months?
Okay, so because we didn't have the certificates and all the lessons, so for the past last year and few years, we did like a 20,000. And for this year alone, we have be able to do it's almost 20,000 at the moment.
So 20,000 is 2023?
Yes, the 20,000 is 2023, and for the 2022, we was just starting, so we did like a 2,000, and for this year alone, we have already reached 20,000. Yeah.
Okay, and how much revenue do you foresee in the next 12 months?
Okay, in the next 12 months, we are foreseen to achieve $100,000 because at the moment we have already closed the deals with 20 shops, and we are negotiating with over 30 shops at the moment. And our plan is by end of this year, at least we have like a 40 shops in a contract that will enable us to reach the broader market.
And what's your gross profit?
The gross profit is 42,000. I mean 42%. Sorry.
And what's your net profit?
Sorry.
Net profit.
Net profit.
Yes.
Net profit, it will be $425,000 from 1 million.
From 1 million.
Yes.
Okay. And in terms of supply, are you going to be able to, I mean, you're actually going 5x in terms of revenue,
Yeah.
meaning that you're pushing in 5x products. Do you have enough supply?
Yes, we have enough supply because we are currently collaborating with 60 coastal women, and we are already negotiating, and we have in the platforms with a lot of farmers, where a lot of them, they are interested to working with us. So we just want to push you the market first, and then whenever we have the chance, we'll join them. That's why we have a goal, at least by 2027, to have at least a team of 250 women and youth.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Stella. And thank you for a wonderful jury. We really appreciate this. Thank you so much. All right. So voting lines are open. Kindly make sure that you vote for your favorite pitcher on Slido. We have 10 minutes after every pitching session. Thank you so much. So just to make an announcement, we have an MSC called Coral Spirit Aqua Adventures based here in Diani, and they are offering a raffle. Yes, a raffle for a boat ride. So if you get a chance, just visit the exhibition out here, and then you'll exchange contacts and have a chance to win a boat ride here in Diani. Thank you.